Hey, what do you think? It's pretty good now. I trimmed it up a little bit. My summer look. Took off the sides. Took off the top of the head. So anyway, let's get off the beaten track for a minute and just see what anybody thinks about this Jeff Sessions and Trump thing here, where they fired this guy McCabe. It seems kind of sad that somebody that had 20 years working, for the government, and uh, and they get one spiteful little bitch, that Donald Trump person, that decides that he's got to get rid of this guy. Right, he's counting down the days to his retirement, and he had tweeted about how he was going to you know do something before the guy reached his final retirement age, or time, so that he would be punished and hurt. And it's funny that this guy Sessions would do something like that after being humiliated to the entire world when Trump was tweeting his dissatisfaction about him, and what do you call him, Mr. Magoo? It's just funny how people can be so vindictive that they got to be hurtful. I mean, if the guy wasn't doing his job, shouldn't they have just fired the guy a long time ago? But to fire him 26 hours before he was due to get his full pension time just seems like it was just spiteful. But then again, that's what happened to me when the missus decided that she didn't want me around anymore either. So she just pushed and pushed and pushed me out onto retirement a little bit early, which I did myself, just to get away from her. And then they had to be spiteful even more, and go ahead and take the health care away from me that was promised to me. So it cost me, a lot more money for my retirement. So even though my pension wasn't taken away per se, money was taken away from me, because that's about all I have is my Social Security and my pension. And but I should have known that, because he's known for that too. We had a security guy that we had hired. His name was Moses, and he worked for Wakefern for a long time as an undercover security guy. And Wakefern decided to eliminate those job positions, um, and so we needed a security guy with all the problems that we had. The knifings and people with guns, and all the other criminals, screwdriver stabbings, and the pickpockets, and the purse snatchers and car thieves and all that other stuff that were like a magnet to that place, because it was right across the river from Newark. So we hired the guy, and he didn't last too long, because unfortunately he passed away. He had cancer. He's another cancer person that passed away while working up there. Although I think he had might have gotten, he was a Vietnam vet, I believe, and I think he might have gotten some Agent Orange, but I'm not sure. It's just another unfortunate thing. And when he passed away, I caught wind through that those excellent people that worked for him upstairs in that office. His office manager and his secretary. She was alive, but then she passed away now too. Um, and they told me that he wasn't going to pay him his full 401k, because he didn't have 5 years in and he wasn't vested. I mean, how much money are we talking? But he's going to be a spiteful little person, and wasn't going to give him to him. And when I found out about it, I talked to him about it. And I told him that I thought that was wrong, and that he should pay that person, his wife, the little bit of money that they had in their 401k account there. It just, how much could it possibly be? That he was holding back. He was only going to give him 2% instead of the full 5%, or whatever his vested amount was, because he hadn't been there 5 years to have it vested. And I just thought it was absolutely wrong. And I don't know if he ever did. He told me he was going to look into it, and I don't remember if he ever did pay it up. But that's just another thing, just spiteful people that, you know, you have somebody that's doing the job for you and working their very hardest that they can do, and people just don't seem to appreciate it and anything that they can do. You know, my ex had the same problem. She worked for 20 years for Blue Cross and Blue Shield, and 3 months before her 60th birthday would have vested her, and they would have had to keep her then until retirement age. So they eliminated her position 3 months before it was time for her to retire, or time for her to actually be vested fully. So now here's somebody that's 60 years old almost and has to go out looking for a job because the company didn't do the right thing for a person that's been working them for 20 years or 30 years or 40 years or whatever the case may be. You know, there's just something drastically wrong with the way the world thinks lately.